Wanted to talk a little Commanders. I said it was OTAs. OTAs, that's wrapped up. That's optional. Even though everybody shows up, OTAs is different than mandatory minicamp, which is what is happening now. Now, it's mandatory unless you're Aaron Rodgers and you just decide not to show up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Jets are dealing with. Shocker, Aaron Rodgers causing some drama there. It never stops. But here in Washington, all eyes are on Jayden Daniels, and we continue to get glowing reports, not only about how he's playing. Like I saw somebody tweeted out that he had a beautiful 45-yard pass at one point.
To De'Ami Brown.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the same one. I think it was our pal Chick Hernandez who tweeted it out. And that, of course, excites people. But when you hear his teammates praising him, I think it carries even more weight. Here's Terry McLaurin talking about his rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels.
He's very charismatic. I think he's really personal when he walks into the building. He just has a calm demeanor about him. He's very approachable. So guys have no problem whether you're an offensive lineman, receiver, running back, talking to him, communicating what the objective is of this play or what he's seeing or what he's thinking. And he came in really prepared. I feel like when he was getting one's reps or where he's working with the twos, like he does a great job of getting the most out of the reps that he needs to accomplish. And I think he's going to be a really good player because of the time and the work that he puts in. Like, I don't think I've had a young quarterback that really has come in and within the first week, he's like, hey, can we get this route or let me get this rep after practice? And so it's exciting for me because, that opens the door where because, they got a lot on their plate. But at the same time, when there's that open door of communication and he's not afraid to get that work in before or after practice or talk through things, it makes the growth part a lot quicker. And he's very talented, but he's extremely humble as well. And I'm looking forward to see how he continues to grow. And it's hard to pinpoint when you're around him more. You can really tell, like, he's humble, but he's confident in his ability. Like, he's played at the highest level. He's played against really great competition, and he knows that he can make all the throws. So he's not putting the cart before the horse. He's literally taking this thing day by day, and he's doing a really good job right now.
McLaurin's the guy you'd really love to see get liftoff in this offense because, we all know he's toiled since he's been here with just dregs at quarterback. And now he's got the number 2 pick in the draft.
I feel like he's an optimist. He's always telling us in, May and June how good the quarterback looks, no matter who it is.
That's true. It's kind of the way he's built.
That's the way he is. Yeah.
But I'm
not saying he's wrong about Jayden Daniels. It just seems like every minicamp season or training camp season, they're always, especially McLaurin's always praising whoever's playing quarterback.
But now he's got like a high pedigree, high pick, young quarterback that hopefully can lift his already impressive numbers. Like he doesn't have like gaudy like CeeDee Lamb numbers from last year or Tyreek Hill numbers, but he's a guy who always gives you 1,000 yards outside of his rookie season, or gave you 919 as a third-round pick. Like, I think his numbers could take a serious leap if Jayden Daniels is the real deal. Like, 1,300 yards, 7 or 8 touchdowns, 80-plus catches, maybe 90 catches. Like, that's the rarefied air that Terry McLaurin should be in with a good quarterback delivering him the ball. And hopefully that's the mix that we have here in D.C. with Jayden Daniels as the starter.
Just it's asking a lot for a rookie quarterback to put up really big passing numbers.
Understood.
I know it's expected of him, but again, he's going to go through his struggles. And it's not like McLaurin's going to be putting up huge numbers each week. Now, last year, the Houston Texans, who obviously had a very good year and got to the playoffs, C.J. Stroud blew everybody away.
Sure.
With 23 touchdowns. And his top receiver was Nico Collins. Tank Dell was also up there. And Collins had 80 catches, for almost 1,300 yards and 8 touchdowns. If you got something like that, I think he'll get more than 80 catches. But if you got 1,300 yards and 8 touchdowns from your top receiver,
I mean,
From a rookie quarterback, I mean, that's big.
McLaurin had 79 catches last year.
Yeah.
Like, he's remarkably consistent. Over the last 4 years, he's had 87, 77, 77, 79. So he lives in, like, that 80 to mid-80s range. Like, if Jayden Daniels is legit and he plays 15-plus games, like, this is my fatal flaw, this is my Achilles heel. Could he be a 100-catch guy? Could he make that leap? I think he could. I don't think it's unreasonable to think that he could do that in this offense.
I think with Eckler,
I think there's going to be a balance.
Too much going to be spread out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I actually think it's great what we're hearing about Jayden Daniels, and we're playing another clip from Terry McLaurin here momentarily. I think the attempts are going to be way down. So where is Jayden Daniels going to fall? Because he runs so much, right? We're not factoring the running in. So if he runs, let's just say 7 times a game, which is probably underselling it, that's taking away from the pass attempts. So that also takes away from your receptions.
Sure.
So I think it's going to be lower because I would expect Jayden Daniels in his rookie season to run for around 700 to 900 yards.
That's a big number.
It is a big number.
900's a lot.
It's a big number.
I could see the 6 to 7.
I think that's probably reasonable.
Now maybe he has a couple games where he runs for $130 and then he's on pace for that 900 or close to 1,000. But I don't know. I think we're just asking a lot for a rookie quarterback. Even though he's looked great, apparently, if you believe the media and believe all the other players. But once he gets into live action in September, he's got to prove it to me. Then.
I heard Kevin Sheehan talking about this either yesterday or the day before. Terry McLaurin is amongst a group of, I believe it's 5 receivers who have 900 plus or more yards receiving in each of their first 5 seasons in the league. And the names that he's with are like the biggest of the big. It's like Mike Evans, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice. There's one other wideout that I can't remember who's in the mix.
Yeah.
But it's like a Hall of Fame level type wideout.
He's been consistent. He just doesn't score touchdowns.
He doesn't score a lot of touchdowns, and he doesn't break into that like 1,500 receiving yard territory yet.
Right. And he doesn't get into that 110 catch range. He's going to be in that 70
but a lot of that's been
70 to 90.
Like a lot of that's been a function of
the quarterback.
He's played with Carson Wentz.
Sure.
He's played with bad quarterbacks. He's played with, Taylor Heineke throwing him the ball. Sam Howell.
Maybe I'm highballing
Dwayne Haskins.
The rushing yards
goes on.
For Jayden Daniels, but Justin Fields in just 13 games ran for 657.
Right.
In 13 games. So if Jayden Daniels stays healthy, I would expect him to have numbers like that. Jalen Hurts ran for 605. Josh Allen ran for 524. Lamar, of course, led the way.
Which, by the way, this is admittedly nerdy fantasy stat. If Jayden Daniels rushes for 500 or more yards as a rookie, he basically automatically becomes a top 12 fantasy quarterback. The numbers just bear that out. Like guys that rush for 500 yards at the quarterback spot, they become like top 10 or top 12 fantasy football quarterbacks because that rushing floor that's there is so valuable. That other that guys who just don't run or don't run a lot, guys like Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, they don't provide.
Right.
Like they have to get it all done through the air. Guys like
and
Hurts, Fields,
and if he can
Daniels,
throw passing touchdowns in the 20s, and if he's going to run for 500, he's probably going to rush for 4 or 5 touchdowns. So if you're in the combined 30 range as a rookie, that's big. I just think that's asking a lot.
Yeah,
maybe. All right, here's Terry McLaurin on Jayden Daniels and what's impressed him about his work ethic.
His touch on the deep balls is amazing. I love getting extra reps after practice with him, with just catching the top end of a deep ball. That's big for me. I get to track the ball over my shoulder, and it's big for him to be able to get used to dropping the ball in the bucket. But he just naturally has an ability to throw the ball. He sees the windows really well, and now he's just continue to get adjusted to the speed and the pass rush. I think he's these reps that he's getting are unbelievable during 11-on-11 because he's getting to field Payne and Allen and DA and Cleveland Farrell, like we got some dogs up there who are going to come after him. You know what I mean? And we got some great guys up front who are going to protect him. And so these reps, I feel like, are even better than just 7-on-7. 7-on-7, I think he could do in his sleep, to be fair. Like, he throws the ball really well. But when you get this 11-on-11, 2-minute drill, you're putting him in game-like situations, and I'm looking him in his eye. I'm like, yeah, we playing real ball now. Like, we playing. You know what I mean? And you just see no anxiousness in his game and his demeanor, which is extremely exciting. And then, you know, he's extremely lighthearted, and he's always smiling. So he's joking with linemen, D-line. He's just cool with everybody. And like I said, like for a rookie quarterback to come in like that where guys are gravitating to him and he's not afraid to be who he is, that's dope. I think he has a bright future.
Just think of all those balls that Terry McLaurin had to adjust to and come back and fight with a DB for that Taylor Heineke would underthrow or Carson Wentz would throw off target. Mm-hmm. Now imagine that those balls are in stride on his fingertips, and he doesn't have to worry about backtracking 5 or 7 yards and going up for a 50-50 ball.
The only thing I'm going to say
I think is potentially he could have a massive spike.
The only thing I'm going to say to be cautious about this is there was a point last season where Terry McLaurin was saying we got our quarterback. He was saying the same type of things about Sam Howell. He had bought into Sam Howell before it went south.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He is the eternal optimist.
He's also like a team first guy. Like even if he knows Sam Howell's not the guy, he's going to go out and hype him up. Like he's going to puff him up to try to make him the best player he can be to get him the ball.
But that's not what he was doing last year. He had genuinely bought into Sam Howell at the midpoint of the season.
He did, but I'm guessing,
and a lot of fans were. We were starting to wonder. I mean, on the show, probably about half of us thought he's the guy.
That's fine. He thought that for the moment. I'm going to guess Terry McLaurin hasn't shed too many tears that Sam Howell had to throw all the stuff in a U-Haul and drive out to Seattle. Okay, I'm guessing he's okay
he
with
probably,
the upgraded quarterback.
I'm sure he's fine with it. But again, like I said, and like you're saying, he's just a positive dude. Whoever is throwing the ball, whoever's taking snaps at quarterback, he's going to be positive about that guy.
But I would guess behind closed doors, if you had one-on-one with Terry McLaurin off the record, he would say this is the most optimistic by far he's been with any quarterback since he's been in DC.
And then I guarantee he loves the fact that the entire coaching staff's different.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He loves that.
I'm sure he does.
It's the highest drafted quarterback that he's dealt with.
Right.
Guy was drafted number 2.
Right.
Won the Heisman Trophy. Had an unbelievable last season.
All right, so speaking of coaches, of course, Dan Quinn is here, and he's got a great staff with him with a great reputation. I think we have Dan Quinn talking about Daniels as well.
Here's what I say. This guy came in with really excellent football characteristics in terms of command and huddle and vision to go. I think probably what you don't see is the amount of offense and defense, that the coaches put in. And so for him to absolutely nail that and to go early to say, I have that, I have it, there was a lot of work put in from the studying spot. So I would say not only does the physical traits show up, it's the work ethic, I think, that goes behind. I think through the years and through the season, you guys will feel that and see that. Like, this is a guy that really puts it in. And so that goes a long way to any other player on the team to know that, hey, man, we're all putting it in at this space. But it takes extra at that position, and he's definitely down for that.
That's huge. I said this yesterday. It's one of those things you just didn't know about Jayden Daniels or any of the quarterbacks. How much are they grinders?
Right.
How much are they going to put into it?
Sounds like he's a worker. I can't remember who said it, but I saw the quote yesterday that this guy said he beats me to the facility every single day. And it's a vet. It's a vet that's known for working hard. Daniels is there before him every day.
I think it might have been Jonathan Allen.
Could have been.
Yeah, I think it was.
Might have been. So that's great to see. He's putting in the work.
If you want to chime in, 800-636-1067. With all of this praise, everybody's saying great things about Jayden Daniels, from his passes, his touch, to his work ethic, to his preparation. Are we setting the bar too high for Jayden Daniels? Are our expectations too much? Should we pump the brakes?